What's going on, everyone? Matt, aka MARTILN here. You're about to watch a walkthrough of the REALMS website that I did on a live stream the other week. This live stream walkthrough goes through every aspect of the REALMS website, so if you're confused at all about the layout of the website, please watch the entirety of this video, and I promise it will clear things up for you, and hopefully you'll be able to dive into the website with no problems at all, and make sure that you can navigate it in the best way possible. Enjoy. Let's dive into the website. Let's walk through the website and let's kind of not go into all the little nooks and crannies, but let's show you how you can navigate the website yourselves. That is the URL, realms-universe.com if you've missed it. Obviously, I've tested this on a few different places, a few different kind of browsers and stuff, but there may be bugs, and the whole idea with this is that it can kind of be pretty continuously developed, I suppose. I want this to be something that continues to evolve over time as new music gets released, as new stories kind of get told, and have these kind of in-between moments as well where maybe there's little stories that are told through social media, little stories that are told through other stuff like that as well. So, REALMS website, realms-universe.com. First greeted with this kind of greeting page here, of course, which answers the question of what is REALMS. Let's now dive into the website via this Enter REALMS button right here. So we're going to click on that. Here, first off, on this kind of welcome page, obviously there's three different kind of headers, I suppose, that you can go to. You've got the Experience section, the Discover section, and the Explore section. And then down here, we have a bit of an FAQ, which is kind of where I recommend that you start. If you want to kind of learn more about REALMS, you can read this little FAQ, this frequently asked questions page part right here. And this will kind of tell you a little bit about the website and the project. So the Experience section, this section allows the user to experience the various musical works and stories that are set within the REALMS universe. You can choose which arc you wish to listen to and read through the story of, and as more stories get released, they will show up here in the Experience section. Each experience presents a unique and intuitive way to experience both the music and the narrative and other media such as visual art that may surround it. So the second section of the website is the Discover section. So this section acts as an encyclopedia for the REALMS universe, allowing the user to dive deeper into the history and lore of the universe and uncover knowledge and information that surrounds the events of the stories. As new experiences get released, this section will be updated with new and information for you to uncover. And this section is created and hosted through a thing called World Anvil. The Explore section is kind of the section that is a little bit bare bones at the moment, but will grow more over time. And in fact, it's going to start to grow more pretty soon. So the Explore section says this section contains miscellaneous media and content related to the REALMS universe. Here you can explore the various parts of the REALMS universe, download media such as wallpapers and other images, and become immersed in the universe. Much like other sections of this website, this section will be constantly updated as time goes on. Throughout the website, you may also find hidden secrets and clues that expand the REALMS universe even further and perhaps provide clues as to what's next. So the website does also have a bunch of little secrets and stuff. REALMS is obviously kind of helmed by me as the creative mind, the creative director behind this kind of project. But there's been a whole bunch of people that have actually worked on this project, and we'll go through the credits section of the website as well. So we go through all the different people that have worked on this website. There's a link to that there. So REALMS is a collaborative project led by me, Melbourne-based electronic musician and producer Matt Tinkler, aka MARTILN. And there are numerous other people who have been and continue to be involved in the creation of REALMS. And for a full list of people involved with REALMS, you can click that link right here. That will take you to the credits page. You can also access the credits page in the footer of the website down in this kind of credits section right here. Next part of the FAQ is how can I support the creation of REALMS? So the best way to support REALMS and its creators is to subscribe and become a traveler over on the Buy Me a Coffee page. By becoming a traveler, not only will you be supporting the further development of the REALMS universe, but you will also gain access to exclusive benefits such as early access to experiences, behind the scenes videos, and access to in-development content. We haven't started posting anything there yet, but rest assured there will be stuff posted there very, very soon over the next month or so, with some cool little stuff there. And if we reach our first kind of goal of $30 per month, which covers basically the cost of the website hosting and everything like that, everything that gets, sent to Realms goes back into Realms. It's, as I said, a project, a labor of love. But there will be an exclusive little story there over on the Buy Me a Coffee page. Currently, the membership is $3 per month. It's a subscription over on the Buy Me a Coffee page, and you get some cool stuff for it. But of course, by no means are you required to subscribe to enjoy any of the Realms content that you can find on the website. Let's go to the main section of the website, which is this experience section. So there's two ways you can get there. You can click on the experience part on this main welcome page, or you can click on the experience button in the footer. Either or will take you to the same place. So obviously at the moment we only have one experience. It says choose your experience right here. If we click on this, it gives you a drop down menu. We're going to just select Realms, the Traveler Chronicles Volume 1 Awakening. As I said, obviously there's going to be more arcs and more stories, more experiences that will come over the lifetime of this project. But for now, we only have the first one, as it is the kind of initial beginnings of this project. So we're going to click there, and we get this cool little section right here. And once you've kind of opened this up, you can simply click on the experience button that shows up, and that will take you to the experience page for Volume 1. And listening to this on the website is a very, very simple experience, and kind of experiencing this on the website is a very, very simple thing to do. So obviously we're here, which is pretty cool. You can read all this stuff, and it says down the bottom here, click on the name of an act below to trigger the music and allow you to experience the story behind it. You can move between individual acts and chapters or tracks however you like, but for the complete experience, simply click on the act and let it play through. So if we simply click on this big text that says Act 1, A New Traveler right here, this is going to begin the act. This is going to begin the experience. So if I click on this, we get the first music playing. This little section right here that opens up underneath the Act 1, A New Traveler, this is kind of where all of the music and all the stories will take place. You can see that we can click on this kind of Act 1 image right here. If we click on this, it will open up in this kind of little box right here, and it has some kind of cool stuff about the track in it. We can click out to just close it. We can also let the tracks play through. So for instance, if we skip to the end of this track and we just let it kind of roll into the next, or kind of finish, it'll roll into the next track for us. So it's going to be basically the idea is that it's a seamless experience. Right? And so then it'll roll into the next track, right? So I'm going to click pause. And here you get to see what we call the synopsis of the story. So here it says, this is the synopsis for track 2, The Divided City. So Miles, a scrapper from the divided city of Cascadia, finds a strangely dressed woman unconscious near the shroud. With a dangerous dust storm approaching, he makes the choice to help her, a choice he hopes he won't regret. And that's the synopsis for the story. You could simply stop it there if you wanted and just let the music play through. Absolutely, that's something you can do for sure. But you can also read more of the story behind the track if you want. So you will see there's this more button right here, which can also be accessed the same thing by clicking the image for this track. And if we click on more, this is going to open up what we call the exposition for each of the tracks. And this here basically is story. It's a prose story that's been awesomely written by my great friend Lachie James, who goes by the Bardler on Instagram and TikTok and YouTube and all those places. So here opens up here. You can read the story whilst the track is playing. The track will play. It won't stop whilst you kind of go into this section. I can show you that if I keep this playing. I can open up my more section, and we can see this will keep going. And we can flick through the tracks or through the kind of pages of this track as we want. And then when we're finished reading, we can simply click close, and you can let the track play out if you want. So obviously you can kind of have the track play out. You can read along with the track. The tracks do sync up to the text at different points as well, which is pretty cool. I tried pretty hard to kind of make sure that that was a thing. Obviously, the tracks have narration and stuff in them, so some of those lines that you'll hear in the tracks do sync up with the text here on the website. And of course, the tracks will continue to play through, so if we kind of go to the end of this track and hit play, it will play through to the next track. Might take a second to load depending on your internet speed or whatever, so it's not going to be entirely seamless, but unfortunately that's the way we kind of the only way I could figure out how to do it, but I think it works pretty well. If you are still reading the exposition or whatever whilst the next track has loaded, it won't close what you're reading or anything like that. You'll be able to stay exactly where you are. You can finish up reading and then come back and then move on to the next track if you want to. By the way, how cool is this artwork? The artwork has been created by a few different people. This one is created by Dust, DU5T, and again, there's kind of stuff in here as well. So we can click out of here. You can also see there's this little track list button right down the bottom. So if I click on track listing, this actually opens up a bit of a kind of drop-down menu here, which allows you to just jump to any of the tracks that you would like to jump to. For instance, maybe you've heard a track on Spotify and you're like, I really like that one. I want to just go straight to that track. You can click on the track listing and say you want to listen to The Endless Sea. You can just click on that and that'll take you to The Endless Sea. Start playing the music. You can read the story behind it, see the image, all that fun stuff. And this is kind of I guess what I'm viewing is like a possible evolution of the concept album, really. Of course, this website is a little bit more than just a concept album, but the way in which this is presented, you can almost think about this as liner notes in a traditional CD or vinyl or whatever, but they're digital. It's all digital. It's all freely accessible, and it's, you know, there for you to enjoy. And once you're done experiencing the track, you can just click on Act 1 A New Traveler, and that will close that up. If we want to, we can just hit back to experience and then hit back to welcome, top left corner, and this will take us back to our welcome page. And then we of course have our two other sections that we can explore as well. We're going to just leave them for the moment. I'm just going to go down here to the bottom and just show you we do have some stuff in the footer as well. So down in the footer we have those three exact same kind of links, right? We've got the links to the experience section, the link to the explore section, and the link to the discover section as well. And you've got kind of a second section here, which is kind of the, I guess, marketing section, right? So you've got the Become a Traveler, which if you click on that, this takes you to the REALMS Buy Me a Coffee page where you can sign up to become a tier 1 traveler, tier 1 wielder traveler, which is the only tier that we have at the moment, which is a $3 per month tier. I kind of talked about it briefly before, but if you come onto here, you'll be able to see all the kinds of stuff that you're going to be able to get from signing up for that. And as I mentioned, at $30 a month, we'll be covering the overheads, and as a thanks, we'll release an exclusive Realms story just for the travelers, the members of the Realms Buy Me a Coffee page. And then you've also got a mailing list sign up. So we send out pretty regular, well, we will be sending out pretty regular kind of mailing or emails to the mailing list subscribers. Obviously, this is a free thing. You don't have to provide anything other than your email address to sign up for this. What you do get, however, is a pretty cool download, right? You get a pretty cool wallpaper for both your desktop and your phone if you do sign up for that. It's a cool, like, white version of the Realms logo. And you've also got some contact details and stuff like that down the bottom as well. And then let's go to the Explore section next. So if I click on Explore, this takes us to kind of section of the website here, which, as I mentioned, is the least kind of fleshed out section of the website, but it does contain a few little secrets. If I click up here, we have, a few different headings. I can click on Media, and this is going to open up a little pop-up window here that allows me to view a few different things, basically different media outlets essentially are related to Realms. So if we click on videos, this is just a feed of the Realms YouTube channel essentially. So you can watch the reveal trailer, watch the video for prologue, watch the announcement video as well. We can close that up. You can view all the images for each of the tracks and everything here. You can click on these, expand them, and it does give you some cool kind of information here as well. Some kind of little Easter eggs and such in there too, which is pretty cool. We can close that up. And then this social media one right here, this is currently just a feed of the Realms Instagram. So if you want to, you can access basically all the Instagram posts from Realms, from the Realms Instagram account, which is realms.universe over on Instagram, here on the website. So it really does contain pretty much everything that is within the Realms universe. If you click music, which is of course obviously a big part of the Realms universe, you just get links to where you can purchase / download the music on Bandcamp, as well as stream it on Spotify. Of course, it's on all the streaming platforms and everything like that as well. But here you can go to the Bandcamp page, which if I click on here, this will open up the Bandcamp page in a new link, and this allows you to purchase the album and all the cool stuff that comes with the album as well. So let's close that up, and you can of course stream that on Spotify too. We can close this, and then the last kind of heading you've got here, or menu item, is the downloads button. And if we click on downloads, this will open up basically a few little free downloads for you. So if you, for instance, you've got you want to download and have a Realms website, a Realms desktop wallpaper, for instance. We have the Realms logo desktop wallpaper, which I actually have here on my desktop currently, which this is the Realms desktop wallpaper, that kind of Realms logo desktop wallpaper. And there's also a cool image wallpaper of the first track, the Divided City, Cascadia. You can click on that and you can download the image. That'll just, download the image for you. We'll just cancel that. And then of course there are some phone wallpapers as well. And then, as I mentioned, we do have some kind of music playing in the background. You'll probably hear that, especially if I turn it up. And we have, like, in the top right-hand corner, a bit of a volume slider here. So we can actually increase the volume of the background music. You can turn it off completely if you want to. Just bump it up a little bit. And you'll also notice there's this kind of drop-down menu as well. So obviously there's this little hamburger icon. You can click on that, and this will fold or unfold this kind of top right menu here. But if you click on this drop-down menu, you'll see there's actually a few different options. So currently we're on the standard option. If you click on Cascadia, for instance, this will change the page here, all right? And it also, depending on, the kind of theme that I've called this that you choose, it may also change the backing track as well. So now if we go to the Endless Sea, for instance, you'll hear that there's actually kind of a change in the backing track of the music there. I'm going to go back to the welcome page. I'm going to check out the final section of the website before we come down here and take a look at the credits list as well. So let's go to the Discover section of the website. So as I mentioned with the Discover section, it's actually hosted in a different kind of platform. So if I click on Discover, this opens up in a website called World Anvil. Now, World Anvil is basically a world building wiki site. So I've essentially created an encyclopedia for the Realms universe. It's obviously a kind of big story world universe that contains characters and cool lore about the different places and the people and the culture and all that kind of stuff. And this part of the website, the Discover section, is where you can find all of that stuff. You can find out a whole bunch of cool stuff about the universe. It's done so basically in a wiki-like fashion. So anyone who's familiar with navigating Wikipedia, for instance, it should be fairly easy to navigate this. Now, there's a lot of text here. It's obviously a very text-driven part of the website. This is the kind of nerdy stuff, if you will. But you've got a little bit of an About Realms section here. You've got a message from me, the creator, and you've got this cool little story, which is like a preface to the to essentially the whole storyline, the whole universe, essentially. And it's basically a elongated version of the voiceover that appears in the trailer. So once you're here, you've got a few different kind of what are called books here. These are different headings or kind of sections of this Discover website that you can head to and start to discover bits about the world, bits about the universe. So you've got characters, and then you've got 2 different books here. You've got the Divided City of Castcardia and the Endless Sea. So the Divided City of Castcardia is basically where the majority of the story for the first act, for Act 1, takes place. It's the home of Miles, who is the main character of Act 1, of Volume 1 of the Traveller Chronicles, essentially. This is his home. So if we click on the Divided City of Castcardia, for instance, this will take us to a bunch of information about the divided city of Castcardia. So you get information about the people that live there, its geography, its history, its ecosystem, any localized phenomena, flora, fauna, natural resources. You can even click on all these links, for instance. We can click on the divided city, which is the city that you can see in the image there. So that's known as the divided city. The realm is the divided city of Castcardia. And then this has more information about the city's governments and politics and districts and economy and technology levels and all that kind of stuff. And this website is, well, this part of the website is pretty deep, it's pretty nerdy, but it's a pretty fun, cool thing if you're interested in really diving deep into the lore of this world. And then you can simply go back to the homepage whenever you want by clicking the Go Back to Realms homepage. So with that kind of brings us to the end of our little tour walkthrough of the website. Obviously, you know, there's a whole bunch of stuff in there. We didn't go through all of it, but that should give you an overview of what the website contains and kind of how to navigate it. There's this little credits section. If you click on credits, this takes you to the credits page of the website, which shows you every single person who has put any kind of effort at all into the Realms project, all of whom I am super, super grateful for. They've all done an incredible job. Please, if you like the project and you want to kind of figure out who, you know, did what on it, come to this credits section, have a bit of a look, follow anyone on Instagram, or go to their website, or anything like that. Buy their music, buy their art, however you want to kind of, you know, support them. You'll be able to do so here via this credits page. And then that kind of brings us to the end of our little website tour of the Realms website. Hopefully that kind of clears up any confusion about navigating the website. Hopefully that gives you a little bit of a place to start. Now, if you've looked at the website, if you kind of were intimidated by it, you didn't know exactly where to do or where to go, what to do, hopefully that clears things up a little bit for you. So the 3 sections, the experience section, the explore section, and the discover section, all kind of make up this website. They're all the main 3 parts of this website. If you want to experience the story and the music, head to the experience section. If you want to learn about the universe, learn about its lore, its history, its places, its people, its culture, the discover section is where you want to go. And if you want to figure out all the different other media that kind of connects to the Realms universe, you want to head to the explore section. But with that all said, thank you all very much for tuning in. My name is Matt, aka MARTILN, and I hope you're having a lovely day, wonderful evening wherever you are, and I will see you all. I'll see you all later. Have a fantastic day.